All right, playoffs are set. It's time for real now. We got the losers bracket. We got the big dance. Got a lot of COVID outbreaks. So let's get into it. Been a while. The Big Miller
Irish
Light.
crickets.
Irish crickets for sure. Did you ever finish your Yingling that was on the porch from the Thanksgiving party thing?
That was Stella.
It was Stella. I'm sorry.
Variety Stella pack.
How was it?
It was delicious.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
I know you like a lot of them yuppie beers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so week 14 recap. Brian versus me. We both picked me. I rode Delvin Cook to a rout and gave Brian a first round bye in the playoffs. That's not a good thing for the losers bracket. I think that's my second win in a row.
It is.
I'm rolling. See if I can't maintain. I think I'm the second hottest. No, maybe not. Jack 1, 2. I lost 7 in a row. Okay, so we both picked me. We both won. Pat versus Jeff. I picked Jeff. You picked Jeff. Jeff kept the crown. He edged out Pat to secure a first round bye, which is a good thing. He also scored 153 points for his weekly high. Mark versus Tags. We both picked you. You picked yourself by 25. Tags handled you. What's that?
I was a
little
off.
bit, yeah. Tags he handled you. He got a first round bye. So the two championship game teams from last year, Jeff and Tagmeyer, are both first round buys this year. So
and they picked the divisions.
And they picked the division, so they both must have did well. Palmer versus Joey. I picked Palmer. You picked Joey. Palmer smoked him. He had a very different team than he has today, for sure. Abbott versus Kurt. We both picked Kurt, but we said we were both rooting for Abbott. Kurt won. He clinched a final playoff spot. And then Jack beat Stu, and now Stu's on a bye. Again, not a good thing for Stu. I picked Jack. You picked Stu. We both finished with 4 wins this week. So we did okay. We did pretty well. I mean, out of 6 games. 6 games. We got 4. So Jeff had 153. He won week high. So Jeff has 3 weeks high for $36. Palmer has 3 week highs for $36. Mark, you have 2 for $24. Bry, Abbott, Joey, Pat, Kurt, Tags all had 1. I'm really surprised that Tags only had 1 for as many games as he won. I guess he was consistent, not
Maybe that's why he didn't stay at the top of the power rankings. Just thought it as much as he thought he should have.
As much as he thought he should have. Free agents. Well, not a ton of movement, not a lot of money. Kurt got A.J. Green, wide receiver for Arizona, for a single dollar. Pat got Taysom Hill, quarterback from New Orleans, for $1. Jeff picked up Dearness Johnson, running back for Cleveland, for $2. And then Mark, you picked up the Eagles defense and the Panthers defense. So you're replacing the Steelers with 2 other defenses.
Correct.
$2 a piece. So I'm assuming one of them is for this week, one's for next. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I just you can't. It's hard to replace the Steelers with just one defense. So, I needed 2 to pick up their slack.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense, I guess. So I guess we'll start with just the losers bracket. So it's the same setup. It's the same setup as the winners bracket. You need to win 1 game to get eliminated, though, and you want to be eliminated because whoever loses 2 or 3 games is the loser. When you lose, you advance. So Brian Stewart on a bye. It's me versus Joey and Jack versus Abbott. Pull up my game first. Looking at the team, I have a lot more faith in my team than I did a couple weeks ago, and that's probably because I won a couple games. But as far as I'm concerned with Joey, it goes through Lamar, and he's banged up and playing Green Bay. Gibson versus a tough Philly defense. Chubb is going to be his big guy, I think. CeeDee Lamb versus Dallas. I like Lamb, but I don't know if Dak's looking good either. He doesn't seem great. Peoples-Jones. So Joey's just play people from Cleveland because there's no one left in Cleveland. They're on their 3rd quarterback, and whatever receiver they're on. Dalton Schultz, probably a good thing. I think Dalton Schultz or Lamb will do fine, but then Joey got Robbie Anderson, which I typically like, but not really against Buffalo. I think the pass rush is going to get to whatever quarterback is there as well. The other side, I got Burrow versus Denver, which I don't know what the weather's supposed to be, but Burrow's been okay, not great. Dalvin Cook, on the other hand, he finally had a Dalvin Cook game. It's what he got drafted second overall for, and he finally had that, but it really meant nothing for me. Freeman, I don't like against Green Bay. I'm going to look at something there. Deontay Johnson, I think, is good. Deebo Samuel is good. Pitts is just, I'm not getting rid of him. He's going to have to score a second touchdown this year. I just hope it's when it matters. And Montgomery, which I like, but is he on COVID now?
Montgomery?
I thought I heard something about Montgomery.
Not that I know of, man.
I hope not. And then I actually really do like the Rams versus Seattle this week. I'm hoping to get a few more sacks out of Donald, who had 3 sacks last week. So I'm projected to win 122-109. I'm actually going with myself. I think I got a pretty good shot this week. I'm riding high. I just need one more win, and then I'm done.
Yeah, I'm going with you as well. We talked about all year. The second half of Joey's lineup, I don't like at all. I'm fine with your entire lineup, even if Montgomery is out, which it says he's sick, but not COVID. It just says he has an illness. You have Rashard Penny there to replace him, or Jerry Jeudy, or Devontae Smith. You'll win.
I sure hope so.
You'll end the season on a 3-game winning streak.
I want to end the season with a 3-game winning streak. So the next loser bracket game on the other side is Abbott versus Jack. Abbott was 7-7, so he had a pretty good season. Jack 5-8-1. Kyler Murray's back, but without Hopkins. Barkley is there. He has Barkley and Booker in right now. I don't know that that's a good idea, but I'm not sure what else he has. DK Metcalf, Hunter Renfro's been fine. Dawson Knox is good. Brandon Cooks has been pretty good. The other side, Brady versus New Orleans. Brady's good. The matchup doesn't matter. Brady's fine. Miles Sanders. It seems like the Philly running backs are better when Miles Sanders isn't playing. I'm not sure why. Because Miles Sanders, I'm not going to tell you he's not good. He is good, and he's a really good pass catcher. But I don't know if they don't know how to use him or if he's not putting the work in. But whatever it is, it's just not working out. Eli Mitchell, I think, is back versus Atlanta, so he should have a big game. Waddle, I believe, just tested positive.
Yep.
Gage, I like, but it's Matt Ryan versus San Fran. Freiermuth might be I'm assuming it's Brady, but Freiermuth might be the best pass catcher on his team. He's having a really good touchdown dependent, but he gets his touchdowns. I don't think he did get one last week. Or no, he got...
Freiermuth?
Yeah, I think he did get one.
I believe he had one.
But he has a ton of touchdowns. He's doing the Chase Claypool role from last year, a bunch of touchdowns, not a ton of stats, but he's getting those touchdowns. And then Keelan Allen in the flex. That's fantastic. I think I'm going to go with Abbott depending on the Waddle situation, just because the Barkley Booker stack, I don't think you want to stack Giants, especially at the same position.
Yeah, as much as I want to pick Jack, I think Abbott can move Keenan Allen in Waddle's spot and then put Damian Harrison, which I think is just as good. Jack, I like his lineup. I expected a lot more out of him throughout the entire year, and just too many injuries, too little, too late. Tyler Lockett's out, so DK Metcalf may benefit from that.
Mm-hmm.
But
were you expecting more out of Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyler was out for a little while, so that didn't
Kyler
help.
was out. Chris Carson got hurt.
Yeah,
Barkley was out for a while.
Yeah, he had there's a lot of injuries on teams.
I think he had Juju. Yeah, so I'm going with Abbott.
Yeah, I think so. So let's go on to the winner's bracket. So winner bracket, Tags, like we said, Tags and Jeff are both on buys. So they're looking pretty. They need 2 wins to go. First game we're gonna get into is Pat versus Kurt. Excuse me, Pat 8-6, Kurt 8-5-1. Kurt needed every one of those to get in, though. He was facing Abbott at the end for playoffs. As far as Pat's concerned, basically the same story. Allen, Patterson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Noah Fant, Darrell Henderson. Pat got a pretty strong team from top to bottom. I like how the only checks he doesn't have on his side are the receivers, and I think he has pretty good receivers. But Kurt has Mahomes, Zeke, Zeke is not... I think he's banged up too. He's
Yeah.
had like 40 yards the past like 6 games. Deontay Foreman? Oh, Tennessee, yeah. So I think they're going to be a committee there, I guess, but the Steelers' defense has not stopped the run lately. Cooper Kupp, who is projected more than Adams. Jamar Chase, who's projected more than Diggs. No, they're tied, but they gave the check to Chase for some reason. Darren Waller, who's been a huge disappointment, he's projected 0 points right now, so I'm not sure if he's hurt.
He's out on Saturday. He's hurt.
Yeah, so I don't know if Kirk got a backup. No, he doesn't have a tight end. So he didn't get one in free agency. Maybe he gets one Sunday, I guess. A.J. Dillon and his flex. I'm going to go with Pat. I don't even think it's all that close. The only guy that can do something, I think, would be Kupp and Mahomes. I guess Chase can, but it's going to be hard for him to outscore. He needs excellent games out of Kupp and Chase. He'll get it from Kupp, I'm sure. Chase, on the other hand, though, with Denver's secondary, I kind of like Surtain. I think a lot of people do. He's really good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with Pat as well. I think, Kurt had a great lineup, good lineup all year. He was riding high at the beginning of the year. The past few weeks, it's been more up and down. And I think Chase is coming back down to earth a little bit. Kupp is the best receiver in the league. I don't think there's a question. He puts up a ton of points. But Zeke doesn't do what he's done in years past. Mahomes has been hit or miss. Foreman, who knows? Pat's lineup solid all the way. I think
very, very solid.
I think he takes it.
So Chase has come down to earth. Who's the offensive rookie of the year? I thought Chase had it locked up, but I don't know if that's the case anymore.
I think it's going to go to Mac Jones.
Yeah.
It depends. Chase, I agree. I thought it was Chase, but the way the Patriots have been playing, Chase's production went down a little bit. The Patriots now first place in the AFC. I think he would squeak it out.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And the last game on the winner bracket on the Division I side is Palmer versus Mark. Palmer with Stafford, Eckler might be a little banged up. He's playing tonight. Najee, Allen Robinson. Well, we talked about that. Okay, so right now active. He has Stafford, Eckler, Andrews, Collins.
No, Collins is
No,
up.
Collins is yeah. So he has a. So he,
How?
oh man, what do you? So Carter. Okay, Carter goes into flex for Collins. He doesn't have a receiver. You were telling him, yeah, he doesn't have a wide receiver.
Any receivers.
He doesn't have any money to get a receiver.
Correct.
Okay, well, I don't think we're going to spend a ton of time on this game. I guess, okay, we'll go to the other side. Russell Wilson versus the Rams. He can score 0 for you. Taylor versus New England. It's a tough matchup. He can have a bad game. Fournette versus New Orleans.
Fournette hasn't practiced the past 2 days. But if he's out, I'm going to start Ronald Jones.
Yeah. So Tyreek Hill, I don't see any reason Tyreek doesn't have a good game versus Chargers secondary. Evans versus New Orleans, maybe they shut him down, but I assume who's the corner for New Orleans? I'm drawing a blank.
Malcolm Jenkins.
No. I'll think of it. I would assume he's on Godwin. I can't think of his name. He's like one of the best corners in the league. Gronk. I don't... Even McLaurin. If McLaurin, he's banged up, I don't see a route. Najee would need 40. Eckler would need 40. Stafford would need 30. That's still only 110. And Andrews gets 20. So if he has career games out of everybody, he gets 140 points. And you'll probably get that out of Taylor and Hill and Evans. Yeah, tough luck, Palmer. I was just looking at...
If he wins this week, I might have to drop out of the league for good.
Yeah, so ESPN added that history thing on the app, which is awesome. I spent a lot of time looking at that. So the most championships is Palmer. He's 86, 69, and 1. 3 championships, 8 playoffs, and 4 top threes. Tags is right behind him, 88 and 68 with 2 championships. So Tags has more wins, and if this year Tagmeyer wins the championship, he has an argument to be better historically than Palmer. One thing I was surprised about was Pat. Pat's 76 and 80 with 1 championship, 7 playoffs, and 3 top threes. I'm 77, 78, and 1. So I tied Palmer somewhere with 1 championship, 7 playoffs, and 3 top 3. So I'm a win and 2 losses better than Pat. I was surprised
What am I?
by that. You are 80 and 76 with 1 championship, 6 playoffs, and 3 top 3s. Everyone has around 2 or 3 top 3s. Joey has 2.
So how many people have above 80 wins?
3. 4. Jeff has 80. You have 80. Jeff also has, I think, 1 season less.
Okay.
Because he's 80 and 63, and you're 80 and 76.
Yeah.
So he's 13 games. It's a
Wow.
12-game season.
So Jeff might have the highest winning percentage.
I would think he does. 2 championships, 5 playoffs, and 3 top 3s. So he's made the most of his time. Surprisingly, there was one more that stuck out. Oh, Brian Guy's 66 and 90, but he has a championship. The funny thing is, Jack, and Kurt don't have any championships. Everybody else has at least 1. So, and Jeff has 80 wins. So it's, I guess if it's down to Tagmeyer and Jeff, I'm going to root for Jeff just to get him that first win because he's been in the league for.
I think it's going to be. I think the opposite is going to go. Jeff and Tagmeyer won last week.
They did.
To get the first round bye.
Yes.
I now think they're both going to lose in the next round.
Well, I don't think that's an impossibility. Pat has a pretty strong team. I'm going to assume that Pat wins because I think Kurt has limped in, and obviously, I can't say his team. Palmer's running backs and Mark Andrews are going to have a really tough time playing 8 on 11. So I'm assuming you move up. It'll be you versus Tags, which should be a good game. And then I'm assuming it's Pat versus Jeff. I think the Final Four is going to be really good. I'm curious to see how that plays out. I'd like to keep an eye on it. There's a couple guys I want to see, like how Taylor does, because he can be fantasy MVP, or Cup could be fantasy MVP. Mm-hmm. You know, he was a round or two. He was 2 rounds, 3 rounds. I don't even know where Cup went. He had to be 4th round, maybe. I have to look. But, you know, that's... I was looking through all my DraftKings bets, and I have Jonathan Taylor to lead the league in touchdowns. So, yeah, running back touchdowns. So I did get a piece of that. I also had every other player except T.J. Watt to win the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm pretty sure my... what's that?
Why no T.J.?
I didn't think he could do it. I don't think he can do it still. He's very one-dimensional. Yeah, I got Myles Garrett, who I think was the favorite at that time. Aaron Donald, who I think he's way down there now. Although he did have 3 sacks last week. I don't think the corner from Dallas.
Diggs.
I don't think.
Did you get Micah?
I didn't get Micah. I don't think a rookie's gonna win it. Him and LT. He's not LT yet. And, you know, maybe if he does that role from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But he started pass rushing after everyone got hurt. Who else? Oh, J.C. Jackson, the corner from New England. He's one that I might go back and throw more on because I think he has like 7 interceptions and his passer rating against is like 30.
He's having the guy for Washington. Why can't I think his name? Chase Young.
I have him, but he hasn't played in 8 weeks.
I mean, you bet on him.
I did bet on Chase Young. I did. Rookie of the year, I have Lawrence, Trey Lance. I don't have Mac Jones, and I don't have Jamar Chase. And I had Najee, but I don't think he has a chance at it. He has numbers, but I think it's all
he
numbers.
might finish like 3rd, but he's not going to go above those 2.
MVP, I have Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Brady.
Brady might.
And Lamar Jackson, but his odds were way long when I got him.
Brady might.
But yeah, he should. It depends.
Right now, he will.
Yeah, he will because that's usually what happens. I don't even know who else would be
Rodgers.
Their first place. Well, so is Tampa. Well, no, Tampa's not first because I think Green Bay's number 1 in the NFC. So maybe that's what it is. Rodgers back to back. So if Rodgers gets MVP and say they win the Super Bowl, is there any chance he leaves Green Bay?
You see his shirt? Pick him up and put him down.
Put him down. Yeah, I think he's really.
They're gonna
playing,
pick him up from Green Bay and put him down here.
I think he's really playing into that narrative. It's great that he's trolling, but I'll be furious if he actually goes through with it.
Why is he trolling Pittsburgh so hard? Is what I want to know.
Probably to mess with his coach. Isn't his coach from here?
No,
or Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy was not his.
Maybe he messed with his old coach.
Yeah. Why is he trolling Pittsburgh so hard? And he.
I think it's a mag. I don't know. Is it a McAfee thing? You have power rankings for this week, or
I do. So the final power rankings of the year, and
I'm not writing them down because I'm not tracking anymore.
And I did look back from week 1 to now. I did get a few wrong, but everything's fluid. So coming in number 12, the Rough Cats. No surprise. I think they're on like a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, poor kid.
Thought he had, to begin the year, going into week 1, I had the Rough Cats as 3rd overall.
Oh, boy.
Finished 12. Thanks, Bri.
Man.
Coming in at number 11, we have Kareem of Wheat. Again, he's on, a 4 or 5 game losing streak.
Yeah, he's on a bit of a...
To end the year, I think he only scored 55 points last week. Got one right. I had him at number 11, or number 12 to begin the year.
Yeah, he's on a 5-game losing streak.
Coming in at number 10, we have the Batting Lawn.
Almost got to single digits.
Moved up, but after the 6 or 7, 8-game losing streak throughout the year, it's hard to move up fast.
Hey, listen, I understand you could only a little bit at a time.
I had the Batting Lawn at number 7 at the beginning of the year. Coming in at number 9, we have Dirty Sanchez. You know what? I've actually thought he had a really good team throughout the whole year with
so.
Kamara, Mixon, Robinson, Chris Godwin.
Hurts had a good year.
Yeah, Hurts. He has a lot of good fantasy players. It just didn't pan out. And actually, now that I look at it, I nailed it. I had him at number 9 at the beginning of the year.
Goodness, nice job.
At number 8, we got the Thunder Gun Express. That's a team I really like to begin the year. I actually had him number 2 overall.
Yeah, the Kyler Barkley thing.
But too many injuries. He's still managed he managed his team pretty good in order to move up. He's had a couple wins recently, but too many injuries overall. Finished the year at number 8. Number 7 is the Brady Bunch. They had their game last week to fight for the playoffs. Unfortunately, came up a little too short. Too many injuries. Half his lineup came off of waivers last week. So, finishing number 7. Number 6, actually, a team that I had Brady Bunch at number 6 to begin the year. So pretty close there.
Yeah.
Crumb Snatchers at number 6. His lineup, honestly, I haven't really liked it all year. He's climbed a little bit through the end of the year here. But again,
he had top-end talent.
Yeah,
Stafford,
his first...
Eckler, and Harris. Andrews has been really good. Allen Robinson should have been good.
Allen Robinson had a horrible year.
He cost him a lot. If Allen Robinson is decent, even a number 2 receiver, but he's terrible. What is he even at? Is he in the 50s or 60s? No, 83. He averages 5 points a game.
Yeah, Robinson is not good.
I didn't see that coming.
Me either. Tim did move up throughout the year, but last few weeks been kind of playing here in the middle of the pack. And like we said, too many injuries, too many guys out, and nobody to replace them. I had Tim at number 8 to begin the year. So 8 to start, 6 to finish. Number 5, we have the Confederate States of America. Like we said, for a long time they were top of the poll. Over the past few weeks, continued to slide, and now finishing in the middle of the pack. Had him at number 10.
Oh, wow.
At the beginning of the year, so he finished a lot higher than I thought. Coming in number 4 is the Still Agenda. I think he had the pickup of the year with Cordero Patterson.
Yeah, no doubt.
And other than that, solid lineup. Had him at number 11 to begin the year. So, really wrong there. Coming in at number 3, we have Ben's Baloney Boppers. I had them at number 1 to begin the year, so I was a little off there. But overall, good year. Solid team, solid bench. In my opinion, of course.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's there. One of the harder teams.
Coming in at number 2, we have Fuckery Afoot. Again, Jeff, throughout the whole year, it seemed like he was kind of fighting the middle of the pack, and in the past few weeks here, got on a big winning streak, take over the second spot, win that division. Had him at number 4 to begin the year, and number 1 is the General. For some reason, the General thinks that he's underrated, even though he's number 1.
I don't know what he wants.
Has been number 1 for the past few weeks. I don't know how much higher he can get at this point, but... And I had the General at number 5 to begin the year.
So he made a huge bump up, and he's upset that he wasn't number 1 for the whole time, I guess.
Yeah, so the 2 teams that made kind of the biggest leap from beginning of the year to the end would be the Sioux Agenda and the Confederate States of America.
Yeah, we didn't love Kurt's team, and even with Mahone, I mean, look at it now. No one knew Cup was going to be good. Chase had huge drop problems in spring training camp, and I mean, Waller's a disappointment as of late. Is he still 10th? He's a 10 receiver now. He was getting a 10th tight end. He only scored double digits 4 times, but he's been a little bit of a disappointment as of late. So Pat's party is on Saturday. So is there something happening for the Steelers Tennessee on Sunday?
As of right now, it is open.
It is open. Anyone stepping up? We should just all stay at Pat's house and watch in the morning.
That's a good idea. Slumber party. Somebody will make big breakfast. We'll just hang out. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be good. Do you think... I know Tennessee's, 9 wins? I'm not impressed with their team without Henry. And now without A.J. Brown. I don't really know. Is their defense that good?
I don't know. I haven't really watched them that much.
I
saw they lost, but then they put some wins together. Yeah, I think they're... nobody knows anything about the NFL this year.
You're right about that.
Steelers by 30.
Just like you beat Tags by 25.
I'm wrong a lot, if you haven't noticed.
An awful lot.
But I say it with confidence,
Well, that's
so
the key.
I
You
believe
say
it until
that.
it happens.
Yeah. So once you say it, I just assume you're right. What are you making for Pat's party?
A tri-tip.
Tri-tip. Talking some barbecue. Is barbecue, would you call that barbecue? I mean, you're smoking it, but is that still considered barbecue?
If I put dip it in barbecue sauce,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna do that. You don't do that, right?
dip it in barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I'll dip anything in barbecue sauce.
I do. What kind of barbecue sauce?
Sweet Baby Ray's.
That's the best. Yeah, no doubt. I do that with brisket sometimes if I overcook it and it's a little bit drier. But the tri-tip, I don't usually do anything. I also, that mac and cheese was excellent.
Oh yeah.
That bacon mac and cheese.
Is somebody getting that?
I don't know what that is that on Pat's list?
I don't know. I know he sent a list out.
Yeah, I'm on duty for a shrimp ring. I don't know if I still have Pat's. That was excellent. Let's see. Ham, mac and cheese, dip, and booze is what Pat's taking.
I think that might be the mac and cheese he's doing.
Jackie's beer, Tags' beer. Marv, tri-tip. Tom, dessert. But I got pretzels.
What?
If he comes with a bag of pretzels, like not soft pretzels,
Well, I would look at disgust for Tom.
it's just going to be something stupid. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. So we went to Longhorn before, probably 10 years ago, before kids. You might have actually been there. I'm not even sure. It was me, Palmer, Pat, Tom. Just had a guy's dinner that we were going to do. Jake. We were going to do it monthly. We did it once. And Tom ordered a key lime pie and went to the bathroom. And it was, so I decided in one bite I was going to eat it before he got back to the table. And I shoved it in my mouth, never having a key lime pie before. It was fucking awful. So I got this piece of pie, and he's coming back, and I'm trying not to laugh. Like, everyone's laughing, and I'm trying to hold it in, and he just sits down and goes, "Oh, fuck my pie." And it wasn't enjoyable. It was disgusting. And if he likes key lime pie, I don't trust his desserts.
Fair enough.
And what kind of pretzels is Brian guy bringing? Like a bag of pretzels? Like
I'm soft pretzels.
I hope so. You never know, though. He'll get the pretzel, not the pretzel shop, that Philly pretzel company thing. Dags is dip. Butters is cheese and pepperoni. Vinny is booze. Stu, LB, and Tim are not on the list. I'm bringing a shrimp ring, which I was concerned about because I saw them for like $40-some, but I found another one for $20.
You should have Tags and Jake go catch some shrimp.
Yeah.
Go shrimping.
I don't know. I guess you just drag with a net. I don't really know how you catch shrimp. So barbecue, that's what I was talking about. Did you ever try pulled pork? To smoke pulled pork? Smoke pork and pull it?
Pork butt? No.
I think it was pork belly I tried, and that's a real thick fat thing on it. You got to score it and trim some of it. I destroyed it. It was not good. It was the only thing I tried to smoke a chicken. It's too delicate. I smoked chicken I didn't do right, and pork belly. But I love pulled pork sandwiches. I think that's my favorite barbecue.
I do.
You alright?
I had to burp.
Yeah, I was going to say
Didn't
it's a
burp on
lot.
camera.
So, I don't know where we at. 30 minutes. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Half the league has COVID, mostly on Palmer's team. Tags and Jeff, Bry, and Stu are all off this week, so that's -2 games.
All I got?
Wonder if Palmer actually wins if he would come on the show to rub it in your face.
I doubt it.
I don't think.
Because that would be
There's
fun.
a better chance of Palmer coming here.
That would be fun,
the game.
yeah. And Palmer doesn't like to have fun anymore.
He doesn't. That smile, it's the last time you'll see that smile. He doesn't smile anymore. He looks very jovial there.
I know.
It's like a different person. I don't even know that guy anymore.
Were you invited to his wedding?
Was he getting married? I was at one time. He texted me at like 4 a.m. drunk saying, "Get your passport ready." And then when I asked him about it, he said, "Oh, never mind." Said never mind. So I assumed he was getting married in the continental U.S. where I didn't need a passport anymore. Mm. Apparently, that's not the case.
I don't know.
No one knows. It's a shroud in secrecy.
I wonder if the Masons. Do you think it's like a Mason thing?
I was going to say that's Stu's conspiracy. It's Palmer's wedding situation.
Do they have to all wear like hoods and big robes and stuff?
I wonder if it's like Amish, where like, don't they have to? Do you have to watch? They have to watch you bang their daughters or something weird like that. You ever hear that?
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know that I'm accurate, but it's something like that. Like they can't. They're all incest, so they have to have people from outside the.
Tim's into weird things.
Yeah. What are you watching? Anything good?
No.
Nothing good? You're not watching anything?
I don't think I'm watching anything.
We are watching the morning show, which is wildly depressing. I don't want to watch it anymore. It has Steve Carell, Jennifer Aniston, and Reese Witherspoon, and it's the most awfully it's about sexual assault at the workplace. It's not funny at all.
Sounds like you should just watch something else.
One of us in this house voted to watch something else, but was overrun.
You know, somebody in my house voted
to keep a dog.
Yeah.
I keep seeing more and more Instagram pictures of the puppy that I thought was gone.
I got a text as I was sitting here from another mother that said they found somebody to take the puppy.
They better be perfect, because I know that vetting process is very hard.
It keeps the goalposts keep moving for it.
She has to get rid of Lola or the puppy. One or the other.
Or me.
Don't say that too loud. I saw the $6 million house she was showing the other day. I think you should stick around. I can't imagine what commission is on that. Where are you guys building at? South Park?
Again, this has nothing to do with me.
She posted a picture of a field in South Park.
No, she was going to Stacy. She was meeting her cousin.
I thought it was like a development plan.
Yeah, her cousin works at that plan.
Oh.
She sells the plots.
She got a nice deal. I was wondering, I don't know if you guys are
No, that was
Are you involved in any decisions that are made in that home?
I decide what I wear in the morning. Other than that, not many. Not much I can think of off the top of my head.
Stress-free.
Depends.
Sometimes, unless you have another dog on your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
You should bring the dog to Pat's house and just leave it there for the party. Why didn't they get a dog for one of the kids?
Then I'd have... She'd be mad at me for doing that, and he'd be mad at me for doing that, so then I'm...
You can live in solitude. You can stay here. That's a pull-out couch.
Not a bad
We
idea.
can
Me and
Tim
Tim.
to Palmer, yeah. Well, I got nothing else. What's so next week? No, next week's not Christmas week. After is Christmas. Anything special?
No.
Do you think Pickett should play in the bowl game?
No.
I don't either. Got a lot of money on the line.
Yep.
They're saying though, if he plays well in the bowl game and the senior, since he's playing in the Senior Bowl, they think he's going to play in the bowl game. I wouldn't have played either, but I guess he has an opportunity to move up in the draft if he plays well. But on the same note, I assume he'd be able to move down in the draft if he didn't play well. But I guess at that level, you bet on yourself.
I'd sit out.
I would too. That's all we got. Stu emailed in about Epstein, but I didn't. That's a lot to unpack. The list of people that were on his plane is enormous. Bill Clinton was on it. Like, I don't believe the stories that Hillary Clinton eats babies. I hope that's not accurate. But I'm relatively certain that if Bill Clinton's hooked up with Epstein, there was some kind of sexual deviancy going on.
Was Tim on it?
I didn't get that far in the list. There's a lot. I think Stu said Chris Tucker was on that list. That's an odd name to be on that list. But
Chris Tucker was...
He was top of the line at one point, yeah. Well, that's all I got. Well, good luck to everyone that's actually playing in the playoffs, not Palmer's team. And we'll be back next week with our round 2 breakdown. Hopefully, I'm not playing.
Hopefully I
And
am.
you are. We'll have a lot to talk about. But until next week,
Adios.
see ya.